Hello everyone and welcome to the episode 5th of our package of the week series. Package for this week is Share Plus. I recently got a comment from one of you guys in which someone was having issue in selecting multiple images from gallery and then sharing those images or even the text to some other platform like WhatsApp, Gmail, Instagram, etc. So I thought why not to create a separate video for this. So in this tutorial we will be using the Share Plus package alongside with our image picker package. Let me show you what we'll be doing in this video. So here you can see we have our Android emulator running. So on the screen you can see we have these two text fields in which one is with the heading text and the subject. Other than that we have this button here, this share button, and above that we have this add image. And now let's say if we click on this plus icon, then it will open the gallery and it will show me to select a particular image. Let's say I go and select this. So this will select that image and bring it inside this place which is our image viewer, where we will be displaying all the images that have been selected. And also what you can do is we can select some more images and then this will create a horizontal list of items. Let's say if we want to remove this blue one, we can click on this delete and now we have these two images only. Let's say hello backslash, these are some image samples. So this subject will be attached to the Gmail whenever we will be sending the images. This is an alternative field. The thing that will mostly be shared is this text field. So if you click on the share button here you will see we have these options like we can do a nearby share. We can also edit these images. We can share to Gmail. Let's say I click on Gmail and this will give the subject here. These are some sample images that we displayed, that we typed there, and then we have this text. And other than that we have two images. We can just send it to whatever person we want to send. And if I go back, I can, let's say I delete this one. I am not sharing any images right now. If I click on share, so I can copy this hello backslash to our clipboard also, and I can also share to my drive or normal SMS or Gmail. So now you can see we are sharing the subject and the text here. So this is everything that we'll be building in this episode 5th by utilizing the Share Plus package and also our image picker. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so here you can see we have our Android emulator running, and on the side of this Android emulator, we also have our Visual Studio Code in which we have this project open. Now this is the boilerplate code. So what we'll be doing is we will delete everything from here and we will write import material.dart. And then we will have our void main, which will be the first function that will be called when this application will be running. So we will write my run app and then we will define a my app. We don't have a my app for now, so we will do a stateless widget. We'll do my app and here we need to return material app. Okay, this will be material app. And for this material app, we will create a home, let's say with the name home screen. But you might be thinking, where is this home screen? So let's create a home screen here. Click on save and this is showing an error because we need to return something here. So we will write return container. I guess we have to close this. And now we got this black screen here. I think we can change this. We will write scaffold. And here I can provide a const value. And for the debug banner that you are seeing here, we can remove it from this. Okay. So now we have this here, we have our home screen. So basically what we'll be having is, if you have seen the design, we were having two text field. This was with the name text, then subject. Then we will have a list which will be by default an empty list. So we will be displaying a container because by default when the application will be loaded, we are not selected with any images. So that will be an empty container. Below that container, we will have the option to select our image. And once we select our image, then we will have our share button. So that will be also present here. So if you see, this is a column. So we will write scaffold. Then we can do a body. This will be column. And as far as the main axis is concerned, so we will write main axis dot start. Children can be, we will provide a text field and we can click on save. So we got a text field here. I guess this will be okay, so this will be center and cross axis can be start. If I click on save, okay, this is aligning here. So we can provide a little bit of padding, wrap with a widget, padding, We can provide a symmetric padding because I only want the horizontal axis to have some padding, so we will do horizontal, let's say 14 or 16. Okay, 16 is okay. You can also shift with 20. Yeah. So we got this first text field, and then we will also have another text field. Click on save. Now for this text field we can have the decoration. This will be input decoration, and we need the label text as text. Click on save. Okay. We can also provide some hint text. Enter your text here. Click on save, and now if I click on this, okay, enter your text here. You can provide a colon here. Perfect. And saving it inside one string, which will be with the name, and we will write string text is equal to an empty text, and we can also provide the subject here. You click on save, and whenever the value of this text will change, so we can take the value that has been changed right now and set the state. So we will write set state text is equal to value. Click on save, and now if I, let's say, print this value in our debug console, then you will see what this on change will do for us. If you go to our debug console, and whenever we enter any text, A, then we got this A, F, S, A, F. Okay, this means this is working. You can just reload our application and remove this print statement from here. We can just copy this text field one more time, and this will be subject, where we can write enter your subject here. Click on save, and for this we will change this to subject. And now we got the two text field done, so we can provide a little bit of size box here with a height 10, let's say. So after size box we will have this list of images, but before that we can do a list style, which will be leading can be an icon, icons.add, and what we can have next is this will be title text with the name add image, and we can do a const value here also. Now I guess we will have an on tap here, and now this will be an important part. Now here you can see whenever we will be clicking on this add image, we will be calling our image picker package and then getting the images from our gallery and then displaying here inside the list. So this means we have to first of all add all of the packages. So we will be opening our Safari. I will go in here. The one way is you can directly copy this. Here you can see, okay, they have not provided the pubspec YAML file here, so I guess I can do this like this. And other than the share plus, we will have one more thing, which is our image picker. So here it is. You can just copy this, paste this here, click on save. Now this will do a Flutter pub get and get all of those packages and add them inside our project. So we can just call them here. Okay, this is an unnecessary import. So now if you see the image picker for our Android, there is no need to add any other specific requirement, because it is mentioned here, it is no longer required to add Android request legacy external support is equal to true as an attribute. So this means there is no installation step for the Android, but for the iOS we would have to add all of these key. This is NS photo library, usage description, then NS camera, then NS microphone. So I will share you a quick tip. What you can do is, whenever you see a package here, so on the right side you will have this repository. You can just open this in a new tab, and for each and every repository that have been published to pub.dev, there is an example folder. In this example folder we will have the implementation of this image picker implemented in this. So if you go to this example folder and go to our iOS, and inside this we have a runner in which we will have our info.plist. So we can look at these values and search for our NS photo library. Okay, these are here. So we have this key NS camera, then the then the description, which is in this string, and we have another key, then string, then another key, then string. So we can do is we'll copy everything from here, and we can go to our info.plist. And do remember, do not paste after any key, because this is a key and string, so these are in the combination. You can just go to the top and paste all of those value here. Okay, so this will make our iOS emulator working, but for our Android we don't have to add any of these things. The only thing that you have to do is just quit your terminal, and after you quit your emulator, here you can see we can just run this again, start debugging. Okay, and I'll just wait for this to finish. Okay, so we got the application started here, and now as of now we don't have any on press for this, or rather on tap for this, so we can create an on tap here. And now we will call our image picker. Okay, if you call this, we have to first of all initialize this, so we can do a final image picker as equal to image picker, and now we can await for image picker to pick the image, and it is asking for the source. If you click on this, this is with the class image source, so we will write image source, and we have two options, camera and a gallery, so we definitely want to go to our gallery section. And now I guess we got this done. So this is showing as an error because we have to also write async here. I can click on save, and now you will see we have the function here, but we also need to store these values, so we will write pick file. Okay, and now we can do an necessary check, which will be seeing whether we have actually picked up the file or we are just playing with some random values. Okay, so if pick file is not equal to null, only then we will be executing some of the tasks. So the task that we will be doing is we will be creating a list, and inside that list we will have the items which will be the path. So let's say you select a particular image, which is image 1. So the image 1, after being selected, will return a particular path inside the emulator, and we need to just get that path and save it to a list. So we'll be creating a list which will have different paths, and we will be passing all of those paths to one particular widget which will be displaying them. And this is the thing that we seen in the starting. We are displaying a horizontal list, and we'll be getting each path value and displaying in the list. So let's see how we can do that. If pick file is not equal to null, what we want to do is, first of all, let me create an empty list here. So this will be, okay, this can be list. We know the type as a string because the path will always be in a string. So we can write image path. We are writing image path because we know these can be a lot of values, and I guess this can be an empty list for now. Click on save, and now whenever the picked file is not equal to null, we will just do a set state and do image paths dot add, and we can do picked file dot path. Okay, the picked file is a normal X file. We need to get a path. So if you see here, we have a lot of options like the name, the path. So we can just do a path here and click on save, and now we got the image path here added to the list. Let's see whether we really get this added. So what you can also do is we will be printing our image paths. Okay, I can click on save. Let me just go to my debug console, clear everything from here, and now if I click on add image, this will open up the gallery. Okay, so we got the gallery open, and now let's say I select this image. So data user 0 com.example share plus YouTube cache, then we have the image picker. So this means we got the path here and added to a list. So the next step that we have to do is we got the path here. So I guess first of all, let me just create a button. This can be elevated button, and we have to provide a little bit of value there, and the child can be text or rather a const value, and this will be share. Click on save. Okay, we are displaying them here. Let's say I change this to center. Yeah, sure. And the other thing that I can do is I will provide a little bit of height here. Let's say 10. Click on save. Okay. And now inside our elevated button, if the text field and the subject field are empty, we want this to be displayed as non-clickable value, which means this will not be clickable if the text fields are empty. So what you can do is we will do a text.isEmpty and then image paths.isEmpty. Then we can return a null, else we will be calling this function which will be share. Okay, we can create this function here. This will be void share and like this. Click on save. Okay, so you can see after we reloaded the application, this text is not clickable right now. If you enter any text here, and this button will be clickable now. Okay, if I remove anything, okay, now we cannot click on this. Sure. So this means we got the logic here also implemented. We got the void share and we have this text field, the list style. The only thing that we have to do is above this add image, or this means here we will be calling another class which will be our image showcase. So we can go to this library and we will be writing image showcase dot. You can create import material dot, and this can be a stateful widget where we will write image, or rather this can be a stateless widget. We don't need to update anything. So this will be image showcase. And click on save, and here I can return a container for now. Okay, so we can just call that image showcase that we just created, and this will be image showcase. And obviously we will be passing the list of image path from our main.dart file to our image showcase. So what you can do is we will write list of string, and this can be image paths, and we can create the constructor values here. I guess what we have to do is we will write required this dot image path and remove this. Okay, and now what we can also check is image path is empty. If this thing is empty, or rather we can do this like this, image path dot is empty, then we can return a empty container. Okay, we also need to provide this condition image path dot is empty, and now this is okay. Other than this, we can simply return one more container. Perfect. And right now we don't have any image, so let's see whether this will print child text he. If I reload, okay, I guess there are, okay, so we have to also pass these values there. So this will be image path and this is a list, so this will be like this. If I click on save, so we got he here. This means currently the image paths are empty. So if we go to image showcase, we can remove this. This will become a container. Now what we'll be doing is we will be creating a particular list, and that list will contain all of our widgets. So this means we will have final image widget, and this will be an list of type widget. Perfect. And we will be adding each of the images inside this widget section. So we can also do something like for I is equal to 0, I is less than, or I is less than image path. We will be traveling across this particular image path, and here we will write image plus plus. And now for each and every value we will do image widget dot add. And now the thing that we can do is, as I mentioned you, that this image widget will be a list of widget. Okay, this means we have to first of all also give one single widget which will be inside this add item, which means we can only assign the widgets value here. So we can write this as single image showcase. Okay, and we can create a stateless widget here, single image showcase. We can just simply return a container for now. We don't need to do much work here, and I guess we will be first of all getting few values here. We will be getting a final, this will be the image path, so this will be string image path, and I can also make this fine. Okay, and now this will be const value, and I can add the final here, and this means we have to provide the image path here. And for image path we can go to the list of image path, and for each and every I value, so let's say the image path is 2, so this means I less than 2, and then I plus plus, so I 0, then I 1, so this means it will go to the image path, and then in bracket we can provide the value of I. Why is it showing an error here? Okay, I can click on save, and now if this is empty we can return this, else what we have to return is we will return a row. The reason we are returning a row, because inside that particular row we will be creating a horizontal scroll. So for creating that scroll we can wrap this with a widget which will be single child scroll view, and we can set the axis. Okay, let me see what is the property there. See this. Okay, this is scroll direction, so we can write scroll direction. This will be axis dot horizontal, because we want this to be an horizontal scroll. You can click on save, and now for row there will be the children can be this image widget that we created. So this means image widget. I can click on save, I can click on reload. Let's see whether this is working or not. So the way you can do is, let's say in this container we will be printing the image path. Okay, and if I click on this add image, let's say I select this image. Okay, so we are displaying the image here, and this is an horizontal scroll also. This means the logic is working here. What we can do is, we will be first of all defining few things like a little bit of padding. Padding, what we want is from all the side, this will be all 8, and the child can be our stack. The reason we are using stack is because we want the items to be on top of each other, so we will be having our delete button on top of our image. So the child can be first of all the size box with the height, let's say 200, and width can be 200. And for the child we can have, as this is a particular file, so we will be calling our file, but remember instead of importing .html we have to import .io, and here we will be providing the image path that we have. I guess we can close this here. What's the issue here? The argument file cannot be assigned to the type. Okay, the way we can do this is image dot file, and for the file we can create this, and for the fit we can write box fit dot cover. If I click on save, okay, so we got the image added here. Let's say we add one more image. Okay, this is a horizontal scroll also. So what we did, let me just recap everything for you. So from our main.dat file we click on this list tile, which will be our on tap, and on tap will be calling our image picker widget, and for image picker we will be picking up the images from our gallery, and if the image is not null then we will be adding the particular path which I showed you in the debug console to this list. This is an empty list for now, so we will be adding each of the values there. Now after we got the items added, we will be passing all of these image path to our image showcase. So this is our image showcase. If you see here, definitely this will have the parameter image path because we are fetching the values from our main.dat file to our image path, and now we got this done. So we can provide a particular condition, image path is empty, which means then we can return a container. Now we can also return a single child scroll view because we want them to be scrollable in the x-axis. So this scroll direction is axis.horizontal. Now instead of creating a separate widget for each and every image, we just did is we created a for loop which will be going through the list of items that are present, and for each and every item this will create a new list which will be with the name image widget, and that image widget will be having our single image, and this is our single image. So we can provide one more thing. Let's say this is a size box. So other than that, we will have a position tab, or rather the position widget with a right can be 0 and a child can be, let's say, a little bit of padding here, and we can provide the floating action button because we already have that with us. On press can be a function which I will be coding in a while. Background color can be colors.red, and our child can be icons.delete, and click on save. Okay, so we got all of these added here, and now we got these done. So let's first of all go to our main.dart file, and we'll be creating this void share function. If you open up your Safari, here you will see inside our, let me open this share plus and also bring this to my desktop. So we have the share plus here. So we have two functions. First of all, we have the share function, and then we have the share file. So in the share file, we will be sharing all the images, and in the share function, we will be sharing the text and the subtitle. So what you can do is, first of all, checking whether our image paths are empty. So if they are empty, then we can do a simple share, which will be a text and subtitle. So we will await. This means we have to also write the async here, and now we will call share.share, and we can provide properties like text, and then the, I guess, subject, and subject I can click this. Else what we can do is we will await share.share files, then we can provide image paths, and I guess we have some properties like text. If you can hover over this, we have the list of paths which will be our image, then we have the text and subject. So we got the text and the subject. I can click on save, and let me just reload, and let's see what will be happening here. So let me just write Shivan Singh. If I click on share, this will open up a bottom sheet, and here I can copy this Shivan Singh to my clipboard. Okay, the Shivan Singh has been copied also here. Let's see whether this is working in our mail. This is test email, and let me just click on save, share this. In our Gmail, this is working, which means we can also now add our images. I can add this, I can add this. This is an horizontal scroll view, and if I click on share, okay, so we can share those images also. But what if I want to delete these images? For that, what I think we have to do is we can create a function delete images. This will be void delete images. What we'll be doing is we will do set state, and we will call our image path list and remove at, and now we need to get a position. So we will write position, or rather this can be initialize value of position. So what this remove at is doing, it will take the list that we created, and it will go to the particular image path and remove the particular position. And now I guess we can go to an image showcase, and we can create this. This will be function of type integer on delete. Why is it showing me an error here? Okay, so function will be of this type, I guess. And now I need to just add the final values. Okay, I can click on save, and I guess we need to create a callback. So this will be on delete. You click on this, I will write required this dot on delete. I can click on save here, and for on tap we will be doing on delete. Click on save. So this means our single image showcase is working, but the thing what we have to do is we will write on delete. And now this is a tricky part here. So first of all, we have to check whether on delete is not equal to null. The reason we are checking is because whenever the application will be loaded for the first time, definitely the value will not be present here. So we need to check whether this is not null. If this is not null, only then we need to call this on delete and pass the value as I, else we will do null. In this we can create this as non-nullable value. Click on save. Let's say we reload. Okay, let me just reload. Why is it not reloading the application? Okay, so we have to provide this on delete image, and this will show me an error. Element function cannot be assigned. Okay, if I do this, or rather if I click on save and go to this place, integer value, and now if I go to my main.file, okay, the image, and we can just reload. And now if I do hello world, if I select one image, let's say I select one more image, let's see whether we can delete this. Okay, and also we can delete that. So this means we have successfully imported the image from our gallery and also displayed them in a horizontal list. We've also integrated the sharing feature, which was the package for this week. And I guess this is everything for this video. So if you watched till now, then thank you for watching. And if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, then please hit that subscribe button to never miss any of our future videos. Thank you.